youtube.com/d.podcast.
Yeah.
We got a special guest in the building today,
Okay.
fam. Special guest from across the pond. A special feathered friend.
It's
You
your
guys know what
boy.
I'm talking about?
It's Lil Quack. What up?
Quack,
Know
what brings you- what
Paul
brings you to the building,
BP,
baby?
hide me.
What brings you in the building, baby? What's going on?
I'm living, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a duck ban in the U.S. right now. You know,
I
that's
heard.
why I'm here. You
It's
know,
crazy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, there's a duck ban. They took crates and they stacked them up, you know, which is basically like maybe 4 feet high. So, you know, we can't jump over that. You know, I can't fly. Feel me?
You know what I heard you can do over a crate, though, baby?
What's that?
I heard you ducks have the ball-mass wankers, baby. I heard you have the long ones, you feel me, fam?
Yeah, fam,
The long ones.
fam, that's a little personal. Like, I don't know, we know each other like that. You feel me? I ain't never done no interview.
Oh, trust, baby. I know you. You know me, baby. You're in my world now.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm D Respect.
You got a great set of tits.
I get so angry thinking about this kid.
Because that's what most people are bitching about.
To New York, you know what I mean? We like clean out here, you know?
You gotta stop looking at interacting with people online as a cheap date. My father used to drink.
Get the fuck away from me. I'm done.
I come a lot, by the way.
You're doing the rap stuff.
If you didn't say it, somebody in the comment section would have said it.
It's like how you feel when you're having a paranoid high.
That's a dynamic connection right there. You know, you're listening to Double D's.
I'm Dom.
I'm D Respect. Please, folks, get this video up to 100 likes. It would help the video out so very much. You guys did a good job with it last week, so let's keep it going. But I just have to say that we did this skit twice, which is something that we never do because I forgot to record. But the end of that sketch, I still have no clue what the fuck happens.
No, I know what it is.
What is it?
Quack is in his world, man.
Quack is in his world?
He's in his world. You know what happens, man. You're in his world.
When you're in my world now, baby, you know what that means.
We're in Quack's world or Tim Westwood's world?
It's in Westwood's world, man. You don't need to explain. This is what happens, dude. This is what happens when you're in Westwood's world, dude. You understand? You hear that shit? You know what that means, dude? You know what that means?
What
it means
mean?
it means I have sound effects today.
Oh no.
When you have this is what happens when you step to me, dude. You're gonna get bodied.
You know, one sound effect that I hated listening to when I was doing online radio is clapping.
God. People, the applause?
The applause button is so overdone. It's like, yeah, man, you know, so I made a real positive move in my life. You know, that stupid fucking.
That's kind of make them shut up.
Is it?
I think it is. Breakfast Club does that a lot of the time too. My favorite sound effects are definitely the bomb. Also, what else? The slaves being whipped. Why did I say that? It's not funny.
Why did you say that?
I don't know. That was weird. I've been saying a lot of weird shit lately, dude.
Lately,
slave whipping. Is that a sound effect? Why are you laughing, dude? You think that's funny, dude?
Because every time I think of slave whipping, I think of Toby. I think of Roots.
Is that funny to you, my brother?
That was funny to me when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I found that scene very funny because I didn't fucking understand it. I was a kid and I just saw this kid getting whipped, and he was just like, "What is your name?" And he was like Kunta Kinte. He's like, "That's not your name." And he just whipped him and he whipped him until he said, I'll tell you why I found that scene to be so funny. Because my favorite radio personality used to play it on Hot 97. He would play it in between commercial breaks.
Oh, shit.
On Hot 97. So what you would hear is, the final whipping, and the master goes, "What's your name?" And then Kunta Kinte says, "Toby." And then the master says, "That's a good nigga." He would play that on Hot 97.
Just unedited?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that was sort of that was style, that star style. That's what he would do.
But what does it mean?
Well,
in that context.
Well, with him, it's his commentary of a lot of people out there. That's what they do. They chuck, they jive, they do the master's bidding. That's basically why he.
Well, to me, it's strange that he would put it before a commercial break because that's.
Well, I don't
when
remember
your slave
specifically if it was before commercial breaks, or maybe when they were coming back in. But he would transition. You know, he would transition with those. I don't know how that was ever approved to play on the way, because the thing was that ratings were so good at some point. At one point, the ratings were so good that it was just like, well, hey, let him do what he does.
God damn.
Yeah.
You know, shit back then, in some ways, censorship was a lot weaker way back. And this isn't way back. We're talking about the 90s now, right? But, like, right now, censorship is way more lax in some ways. But in other ways, it's like we've regressed a lot where there's certain things you can't say and shit. Like not being able to say fuck on TV when I pay money to have cable. But I can't hear fuck or see some tits. Like I'm a grown ass man, dude. You're telling me I can't see tits, dude?
Well, when you saw the movie Demolition Man, did you think that was a future that we would possibly be living?
Is that the one with the 3 seashells?
Yeah.
I still don't know what the fucking 3 seashells is, though. Fucking stupid. It's Sylvester Stallone. Yes, I thought that we would all have Gumby haircuts.
I want to challenge you to a Sylvester Stallone contest.
You're not gonna beat
what I
me,
want
dude.
to do right now. I want to a Sly Stallone. I'm gonna start my impersonation right now. The beginning of this fight, I saw people change. The way you felt about me and the way I felt about you. What I'm saying is, if you could change and I could change, anybody could change. I just want to say happy birthday to my kid. I love you. I gotta say a shout out to Adrian and my retarded ass son. His tongue is just swollen. Hey man, the reason I know that your Stallone ain't good is because you can't properly do the stroke face like I'm doing, man. Stroke face? You ain't got it. I got a stroke right now in my face. My lip is all the way in the fucking corner. Okay. You understand? You can't do what I'm doing. I think I'm pretty confident when I say I won that battle. I did.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
You know who truly won the battle though?
What?
Cameron in this clip from Big Tigger's basement.
What is it with you and clips, man?
I love clips. We were talking about this before the show. Like, and you have strong feelings about this clip featuring one Cameron counting money as he's freestyling. I sent you this clip as a gesture of friendship, okay? Because I'm your friend, and I like sharing things with my friend.
What's your friend?
And I sent you this clip because I love this. It makes me laugh. It makes me happy to see Cameron in his pink hat, his Coogie hat, counting money, and his white do-rag. And you got angry, Abby. You screamed. You said mean shit.
Yeah, because you like it ironically.
What does that mean?
You like it ironically. I don't know. You don't really. You come on. You sit there and you laugh at him. You're not laughing with him.
He's not laughing at all. If anyone's laughing, no one's laughing with him.
He's laughing all the way to the
Dipset
bank.
is in the back laughing, and he's not even smiling, dude. What does that mean?
Well, what I don't get is when I see things like that with with him counting the money, and you've got assholes running around saying like rap is supposed to be the way it was like in the 90s and the 2000s where it was about the essence, bro. The essence.
The essence. Yeah.
It's like really the essence. Cameron's standing there counting money while he's freestyling. It's and then people compare it to people would compare it to who's a random person out there that just talks just nothing but Migos. Since Migos has become your favorite group all of a sudden, people use Migos as an example and be like, well, I fucks with Dipset. It's like, really, the subject matter wasn't all that different. It really wasn't, especially after Cameron came back with Rockefeller. Because the Cameron before that, I think, was a much better Cameron. We're talking about, have you ever heard Cameron's first album?
No.
All right, let me put you on. Just come a little closer. I'm just gonna put my arm.
I'm good. You can
All
stay right there. You can stay right there.
What you got to do is you got to listen to
You're okay.
Confessions of Fire, right?
Okay.
Confessions of Fire has a lot of good bada bings on that on that record. All right. Then after you listen to Confessions of Fire, then you listen to Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment. That's his second album, I believe. Another good one. And then after that, he went into. I think he lost weight because he got like a stomach ulcer or something, and then he popped up with Rockefeller, and then that's when Cameron became Uzi, Groupie, Chewy, you know? Not that he wasn't doing that in his earlier days, but Cameron was more verbal. He was.
Is this all before Dipset?
Well, Dipset guys were around, I'm sure, but it's just Dipset wasn't established as a brand. As far as I can remember, Dipset wasn't established as a brand until early 2000s, I'd say. You know? I might have seen Jewels in one of his videos, you know, back in the day. You know, maybe a record like Let Me Know. I think that was from Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment. You remember Let Me Know?
No, dude.
Oh, you hot? Let me know. You don't remember Let Me Know?
No.
You got it. You're old enough to remember that. What the fuck were you listening to at that point?
Hey, if any of you guys in the comments remember this, how about you let me know?
No. Oh, God. You got me with that one.
You're like, oh, that pun is too strong.
Yeah.
I don't. My camera. Your camera knowledge is way beyond mine. So why do you hate him so much, dog? Why you gotta be a hater?
I don't. No,
dude?
I don't.
He's just
hate
a black
cameras.
man on his grind, right? Trying to make his paper, and you're trying to hold him down, dude. That's what's happening here.
That's exactly what's happening here.
It's a black man on his grind, all right?
Just count his paper while he's freestyling, dog. But no, but that's always like the silly opinion. It's like what people really do is people just hate on the people now. It's like there was ignorance back then too, man. It's okay. It's okay to say that. It's okay. I remember. I was there.
You mean like how people hate on Migos now?
Yeah, I think people should hate on Migos because they're shitty, not because of their.
You don't like Bad and Bougie? Bad and Bougie's not a good song.
Gee, let me think.
It's a good song.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm still thinking.
Yeah, this is just dead air.
No, I don't approve of Migos. I'm back. I'm done with thinking, and I've made up my mind.
It's a good song, man.
Oh, God. Why is it a good song? Because Childish Gambino said it. Oh, I fucking hate you.
No, man.
God. This is so frustrating.
Listen. No, we'll settle this right fucking now. No. Do you remember the video I made on DSC where I had the cat dabbing to Bad and Bougie? Okay. Do you remember that?
Okay, but
Do you? Oh, again, wait. Let me finish.
Ironically.
Let me finish. No. Do you know what happened afterwards?
Hold up. All right. So you honestly mean you mean to tell me that when you play an audio of the cat, you know, dabbing to Bad and Bougie, it's the same as if a Tom York comes out with a new record and you're listening and talking about that. That's the same thing.
I would do that.
No, because you don't like the Tom York record, ironically. You like it. It's not a tool for you to fucking play a game with, because that's what you do. You play a game with a cat with a stupid.
If Tom York puts out
all you have to do is just admit it. Could you just say you just like it ironically? God damn it.
Not Bad and Bougie.
Yeah, oh my fucking God.
Nah.
No
some of these songs, yes, but not that one.
No way you like that record. There's no way you like that record.
Little Uzi Vert's Little Uzi Vert's verse. I like that one ironically, I guess.
You like his verse ironically. You know, I don't even get to his verse.
Damn.
I don't even get that far.
That is the best / worst one. I will cop to liking that. Dude starts with saying yeah 5 times.
That's what he does.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my impression of him.
You know, as far as Uzi Vert, I mean, like I told you, I just when it comes to shitty rapper like that, I give one tape a listen. I listen to Purple Love, the Purple Love tape or whatever the fuck it was. I listened to it, and unfortunately, that's as far as I'm gonna go with him. I try not to, number one, hold a single against an artist and their look against them, because they might surprise you. You know, they may surprise you. you're not going into it expecting anything spectacular, but you may be surprised. But I wasn't surprised. So I'm ignoring him from here on out. So that's why I didn't even make it to that part of Bad and Bougie.
So you just mentioned Tom York. Have you listened to any of his albums?
Not his albums, but I grew up a Radiohead fan. Yeah, I would say I did.
Did you like anything besides Creep?
Anything besides Creep? Yeah, I like No Surprises.
Good one. I like it.
You see, because I'm not doing this ironically, Rap Run. Let me see if I could, off the top of my head. Okay, give me a. I kept my hand started. I did when I was wrong.
15 Step from me.
50. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
I like a live performance that they did of that record. There was a series of songs that Radiohead did. It was like acoustic songs that they did. Not they did it in acoustic in a studio, and that one sounded really good.
Was it the Scotch Mist?
I don't remember the name of it, but they were in this very cool studio, and they performed everything. They were performing it maybe for a small group of people. And it was just, the records just sounded more amazing than they did on the album versions.
Dude, they're the shit, man.
Yeah.
Those guys, I was talking to someone about what's special to me about them is that they are those kinds of guys who they could have kept on making that Pablo Honey Creep type shit, but every album they're reinventing and just burning everything down and doing new shit. Mm-hmm. Which is like, I don't. Maybe that means that they couldn't do the same shit over again. Maybe it means that they physically are not capable of that again. But like some artists you go to get the same shit from them all the time, and they will continue to give you the same shit for eternity. But there's some people where it's like you don't want them to do the same shit every time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I remember. Because another record of theirs that I liked was was it called Rainbows? I don't want to be your friend. No, House of Cards.
House
of Cards.
Yeah.
That first line to me is so great. I don't want to be your friend. I just want to be your lover.
Sounds like a Drake line.
No. That's got layers to it.
No, man, Drake would say that.
That he would start off a record.
I don't want to be your friend. I just want to be your lover. Come on, dude. Drake.
But listen, what does that line imply to you?
He's in the friend zone. He's deep within the friend zone.
No, that line implies to me that line implies to me that love is easy, Rabron. Love is easy.
What are you talking
I don't want to
about?
be your friend. I just want to be your lover. I want this to be simple. Don't you get it?
I just want. So
listen,
that
just is a very important word in that sentence. I just want to be your lover. That's it. So, no matter how it ends, no matter how it starts. That's a very smooth way to talk yourself into some pussy, by the way.
Dude, I don't.
Listen, this is the road less traveled, the least resistance. I just want to be your lover.
Man, I don't understand lyrics, dude. Honestly, I will admit today, I'm a simpleton when it comes to understanding lyrics.
Lyrics aren't something that you really pay a lot of attention to, is it?
No, man. It's just something that's why I honestly have a lot of I have trouble talking about music in terms of content, like what is actually being said. Because I mean, there are songs like, I'll take Beach House for instance. Like they're maybe my favorite band right now and have been for a few years. And like I've listened to most of their songs like, I don't know, like at least 5-6 times. And like I know the lyrics, but that shit doesn't. I mean, fuck, I have no idea. And even a guy like Kendrick, let's say Kendrick could take one of his songs. I can tell you one of his lyrics and like on a very surface level tell you why it's cool or good. But like I don't. Like I can't take a word like just and then describe why that makes the rest of the line interesting or something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if one can learn to be better at that sort of thing, or if I'm always going to be not good at lyric deciphering. But what I do get is I get a lot of imagery from music, which I guess is the trade-off. Like I listen to mostly.
Are you going to say something disgusting like I think in colors?
Yes, I have a synesthesia. No. What I was going to say is this: you could I have this theory that you could take lyrics and then like, how do I put this? You could blur out lyrics for me and just have like someone talking like like that, and then it would probably be the same thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It gets all part of the music to me, so I don't know. I'm trying to get better about it, but it's difficult.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's something that you can train yourself to. I mean, it's like in paintings. I mean, in art, there's the center of focus.
You're in my world now, baby.
Sorry.
The center of focus, the center of interest.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that all depends on what your focus is. This is probably the reason why you can get into Bad and Bougie, because you can bypass lyrics. I can't. I can't sit there and listen to it, because I'm gonna hear something that he says, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool, I guess. The inability that I have, or rather, not really inability, I just have,
is to be smart, to make good points, to record properly the first time around.
That was good. That was clever.
All right, go ahead.
How's that working out for you?
I'll tell you right now in a sec.
Yeah.
That's how it's working out for me.
You want to kill yourself too. Huh? We have something in common. We can kill you together. So, see, you made me lose a fuck. God damn it, Rab.
D went to the
Jesus.
yeah, he went. Yeah, I could be here for another 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so I want to tell you what I did this weekend.
What'd you do, man?
I went to
By the way, Julio, if I don't like your story, you see this Draco I'm holding right now?
Yeah.
You're going to get blasted if I don't like this story.
Hey, D's coming back.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back from the.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought there. But
Lyrics, stuff that you're bad at.
Yeah,
in terms of
stuff that I'm bad
analyzing
at. I'm bad at I guess discussing songs. I can't find enough ways in my mind to describe whether I liked the song or I didn't. Yeah, because it's really one of those weird things when it's just a certain feeling that I have.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
As I ask you to describe further this thing you have trouble describing.
There's just only but so many ways that I can. There's only but so many layers to describing something about a record for me. You know, until it just breaks down into this sort of, just general vague statement, it was really good.
Dude, trust me when I say I have this issue every time I make a fucking video right now.
Oh,
Because
really?
I feel like I always end up saying I liked it or I wasn't so into it. But this is why I love the whole Drawing To series on DSC, because I don't have to, I feel like on some level, maybe it's coming out of me when I'm drawing, of how it makes me feel or whatever it makes me think about. And that's the most I can give somebody. Because in terms of talking about songs, dude, I don't even, come on. I mean, usually, I like it or I didn't like it, but I'm not going to be able to analyze it. And you know what else is, anyone who's really analyzing a song that just came out, I mean, you can't really describe how you truly feel about songs, I think, until you've lived with them probably for a year, man.
See, that I don't agree with. I don't think it takes that long.
It does, man. Songs live
I just have
a
a problem. I just think the term instant classic is so fucking moronic. Just whenever somebody says this is an instant classic, I want to wrap my hands around your windpipes and I want to squeeze very tightly.
Would you say you want to blast them with the AK though?
No, please don't do that. Don't do that. Oh wait, I got a text message from Blogger Chan. She may or may not. Okay.
If she comes out, she's getting blasted.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't know. She just.
If I
texted
say
me.
another word, I'm gonna blast myself. Everyone at the end of this episode, if you guys stick to the end of the episode, someone's getting blasted. I'm not telling you who, but someone's gonna get blasted with the AK. But yeah, just how good can someone get at describing how much they like a song?
Well, I mean, you pretty much Fantano's level. You know,
Yeah,
you know, the wanting the because with him I don't feel that it's so much an ability as much as there has to be a ability has to meet desire when it comes to connecting. You know, that's a creative endeavor. You know, I'm sure there'd be a lot of people like, yeah, okay, he's talking about music. No, there's an art to it because you know what I love? I love that people can sort of have that perception about bloggers and everything, but it's like, oh yeah, you go on camera. Let's see how entertaining you would be.
Oh,
Let's see, let's see it. And those are the people that they just don't know what the fuck to say.
Of course.
So, desire has to meet ability. And, and I guess that's as good as you can be at that, just using words, in that way. And yeah, I mean,
let's talk about then if you have issues with music, I know for a fact that the way you talk about movies is probably way more in depth than songs in terms of whether or not you like them.
See, that's the thing, because movies have I've never had as close of a relationship with movies as I have with music.
Oh,
so with music for me, it's a lot more complicated. It's a lot more complicated, and maybe I don't see it as clearly as I see movies.
Huh?
Music's in my heart. It's in my heart. You're talking to a real hip hop head here, rapper, and you're not just talking about somebody who likes a fucking Cameron song. Ironically, don't forget that.
It's not ironic.
Yes, it is.
I have that Cameron song printed out as a JPEG, and it's on my wall right now, dude.
Oh, okay.
A JPEG, man. I used all my printer, my printer ink. This bit is going nowhere. So we both recently saw Fences.
Yeah,
we gotta talk about Fences.
That was really.
That's a great segue.
Terrible. Yeah. I saw Fences. We saw Fences together.
Yes, we did. In spirit. I saw it on Christmas, so it's had a while to sort of sit in my head, and
so I can't comment on it. I just saw it like 4 or 5 days ago.
No. It has to sit.
It has not.
No, okay, but before we get into the movie, though, I stick with what I say, what I said about music, even more so with movies. The measure of a good movie is if you talk about it 5 years after it came out. That is truly when you know a movie is good or not. So this thing you're annoyed about with instant classics, anytime Rotten Tomatoes gives something that just came out a 90, by the way, remember Revenant? You remember that shit? Who's watching it now? People aren't going to be watching it 5 years from now. I love The Revenant. Sicario is a way better movie than Revenant.
What's Sicario?
Sicario is a movie about Benicio del Toro and Emily Blunt and Josh Brolin are trying to take down this drug cartel leader in Juarez, Mexico, and it's amazing, really tense the whole way through because you don't really know what's going on. There's a really big twist at the end. Sicario is excellent. You would love it, man. But yeah, so a movie like Revenant, when it first came out, this shit had like 90%. Of course, it got a bunch of awards. Leo DiCaprio won. He won Best Actor for that shit. When we all know that Wolf of Wall Street is a greater movie, and his performance in Wolf of Wall Street is like that movie. I've seen it 3 times already. That's the measure of whether or not a movie is really good. So you do have to live with movies for a while. Like, you remember The Artist? That black and white movie that everyone was talking about when it first came. That won Best Picture.
He didn't speak?
No one spoke. It was silent.
Yeah.
It was just music. And I don't even think they had sound effects in it. But see, a movie like that.
Oh, no Dracos?
No Dracos. Dude, don't tempt me, man. I'll pull it out, dude. It's sitting right here, dude. I got the heater.
I'm assuming you only know that word because you've heard Migos records too.
No, because I invented it.
Oh, okay.
Soulja Boy used it too, actually.
Oh, that's right.
All great rappers. All guys that Kendrick is influenced by. So Fences, the one really noteworthy thing we have to say about this movie before we get into it is that it was first it was based on a play. The first time I heard about Fences, August Wilson, I believe, wrote it. The first guy I saw do the main character was James Earl Jones. Have you seen him do it?
Yeah, I've seen a few clips of him playing it.
Yeah, it's interesting because his depiction of what's the guy's name?
Don't remember.
I don't remember. His depiction of the dad is way different from Denzel Washington's, who's I think is a lot more funny. But Denzel, okay, the thing I'm getting to is Denzel Washington directed this. It's a self-directed project, which adds another dimension of weirdness to it when you think about it. He's telling everybody on the set what to do and what he's going to do, and then gets right in front of the camera and does the shit, which is pretty amazing.
It doesn't seem like the movie was improvised much. It seems like everything's pretty tight and timed. That's one thing that I noticed watching everything, from two people speaking, and then it transitioned into just another person calling from another room, and it's just everything is just like bam, 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 bam. So, I mean, putting it all into perspective, because Rab Run's talking about him directing, he's not even telling you what the fuck the movie's about, just in case you've never heard of it. So Denzel Washington plays a former baseball player, who came up, say, maybe in the 30s or 40s. Yeah. He was good at baseball, but unfortunately, the realities of the world were that at that time, the coloreds weren't allowed to play when he was in his prime. Eventually, he got older, and then obviously with the, with Jackie Robinson being the first colored guy to play in the major leagues, and then after that, a few followed. So this was probably maybe 5, maybe 10 years or so into blacks being implemented into the major leagues, maybe less than that. So that only made Denzel that much more of a bitter person. It's bad enough when you don't get your dream, but then you see others sort of get it, and now he's got something against them. So so Denzel Washington, he's what is he? He's a sanitation. He's a sanitation worker.
He's a garbage man.
Yeah, he's a garbage man.
Sanitation worker.
Yeah, well, he works in sanitation. That's what he does. So he has a wife. He's got a kid who wants to play football. The kid's got daddy issues, because Denzel's a fucking asshole. I mean, that's pretty much the.
He's an asshole.
That's the basic way that I can generalize the film. The film is even though I'm simplifying it, it's just one scene after another of you kind of hating Denzel and then loving him again, and then hating him again, and then loving him again, and then you find out that he does something so horrible you pretty much hate him for the rest of the movie.
We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to spoil that, dude. We have to, because it's just it's too.
It's tough. It's
too critical. This movie, I think. I mean, even though you did say that you're simplifying it, I don't think so. This movie is. I gotta spoil some of this shit, man. This movie is about how you treat someone who treated you like dog shit the whole time you knew them, or that someone you were scared of, they mistreated you, how you treat them after they're dead. It's like when someone dies and you didn't get along with them, it's like, what do you do with those memories of them? It's like, how do you reconcile the fact that someone was a piece of shit to you while they were living? Well, like, how do you reconcile those things? I think that's what the film is about. For the most part, everyone who's connected to Denzel Washington is hurt by him, and I think it's sort of like it's sort of like an expression of his inner anguish from. I mean, the kid had. I mean, when Denzel Washington was younger, he had a lot of issues with his dad and all that stuff. What we're getting at is like this really is a complex drama, because it's about what. I wouldn't have understood this movie if I was 20. So I will say, like, a lot of you guys might watch this and you won't really digest it the way we are. But, like, when you get to our age, you get closer to our age and older, you have more of these real experiences in your life with family members, loved ones, like, real shit that no one prepared you for, that you never saw in a movie, stuff that, like, hits you to your core that you don't expect to have to address. But I mean, it's a part of growing up and becoming a man, which is like this movie really touches on everything, man. Did you feel bad for Viola Davis?
Yeah, of course I did. When So what we didn't do is we didn't spoil what Denzel, what happens at the end. So basically what you find out at the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie, is that not only is Denzel having an affair, I mean, they hinted towards that during their very first conversation, him and his best friend from work, they hinted at the possibility of maybe Denzel having sex with another woman. You found out that he was having sex with another woman and he's going to have a baby by her. So yes, I felt very bad for Viola Davis towards the end when Denzel was taking this matter-of-fact sort of approach to, hey, this is my kid. Like, he was so pragmatic about it. That's what makes you hate him towards the end. Because you did what you did, and now it's such a logical, such a practical, logical approach for you. But it's like, but let's ignore how we got to this point. It's like, never mind that. That's my kid now. Because what happens is Denzel's mistress ends up dying while giving birth. So Viola Davis is then forced to take care of the baby, child.
That's like a worst case scenario relationship wise. Because I mean, she goes through these moments in the film where like, she's basically telling Denzel and you the fact that it's like the most heartbreaking shit is like she trusts this guy and gives him a chance, and he's a piece of shit, right? When she first met him, just some like ex-con guy, and she hoped that he would bring her happiness. Like she confides in him and basically gives him everything, and then it's like. As she describes it, like she has like no room left for herself, and all of a sudden she's like, now she has to take care of his mistake too. It's like, and this is like, it's game over. Like by the time she has like he has his daughter by another woman, she's like, Viola Davis is what, probably like 50, like probably not that well educated. She's just like a lower middle class black chick. Like, come on, like this isn't hidden figures. You know what I mean? Like this is all that's going to be there for her. I think, and that's the scary thing is like every character in this film too is facing the fact that there's no upward mobility. The only real upward mobility you see is the son not being able to become a football player, and he joins the Marines, and Denzel becoming a driver, like a trash truck driver, instead of the guy who throws the shit into the garbage cans. So it's so limited where they can go, and the only time someone actually has an ability to really go after their dreams are the two choices. Denzel, when he was younger, playing for the whatever league that he never managed to do, partially because of his own fault, and his son having this basketball scholarship that he forbids him. Right, football scholarship, wrong black sport, that he forbids him from getting into. So the movie to me felt very claustrophobic. Like the story it's so tight. Like I had this feeling of like, wow, you're looking at these kinds of people who there's no way out, and they are conscious of it too, that there's no way out of their situation really, that there's no, like, you're gonna be there forever. And by the time Viola Davis realizes that he's a piece of shit, it's done.
Right.
I mean, what else is there?
I have a theory, and this is only something, I mean, this is something that I'm going to ask you, and whoever's seen the movie, but the brother with the plate in his head, Bubba.
Yeah.
Bubba from Forrest Gump. You see, to me in this movie, he was a key character, and he was a very key character because it's almost like he was dead already, because that's all he talks about in St. Peter, and when I'm at the gates and everything, and then what happens with Denzel at the end. He has this all-knowing aspect to him. He is kind of like all-knowing, because you remember, I remember the scene when he first came, when he first came on, he was walking down the street and Denzel was outside.
Him.
Right, the kids are chasing him. He doesn't want to come inside the house. And why doesn't he want to come inside the house? He doesn't want to come inside the house because Denzel's upset.
Yeah.
He's upset. He's mad at me. He's mad at me. It's like he can feel everything. The scene where Denzel finally brought it to his wife's attention that he's having a kid by another woman. Immediately before Viola Davis could even express any emotion, any pain, he walks in with a flower. He walks in with a flower right there. Like, I saw this coming. I knew this would happen. Here, you need this. What could be happening right now is quite possibly a gift. And oh, by the way, at the end of the movie, Viola Davis sees it as a gift because that's he gave her something at the end of the day, the daughter.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like he congratulated her at that point. Like, look, Denzel's a piece of shit. You weren't gonna get anything more out of him, but he's giving you something here. He's giving you this flower. That's basically the daughter. So there were other scenes too that I could go into where I felt like he's a key character in this movie. I would even say right up there with Denzel. To me, I think he's right up there with Denzel.
You know what? To me, it's funny you mentioned that. I saw none of the supernatural aspects of him that you're proposing until, of course, the last scene, which is corny as shit. By the way, I hate that Christian stuff. I hate the overly religious symbology when it's over the head like that. I'm like, please leave me out of this.
Yeah, gathered here today just to acknowledge that the Lord That was the end of the movie. That was the end of the movie. That's how it ended.
Oh, that destroys me. Oh, fuck. It's too good, man. It's like, what is his message? Yeah. And then his throat hurts. He needs a lozenge. Yeah, but
he preaches for Ricolas. That's what he wants.
People are just throwing Ricolas into his open mouth as he's yelling, "Damn, son. Damn, son." But, okay, so what I saw in that character was just burden. Every time I saw this character,
really? Okay.
I just thought about how much he was honestly just...
I didn't feel sorry for him for 1 minute.
Who, the retarded guy?
Yeah.
I mean, I did because he was a war veteran and he got fucked up like a lot of other veterans did. But, like, all I saw was resources somehow. And I don't know if that makes me cold, but, like, they got the money for the house from him. Mm-hmm. He represented money, and I think that's because maybe I was looking at him through Denzel's eyes. It's like he's a burden on you, and you have money from him, but you're also trying to manage his money. Money kept coming up with him because you're right. He is kind of a key figure because all of any real prosperity they had was because of him and through his suffering.
This movie is very right wing. It's very trickle down economics, isn't it? It all starts from the retarded guy, then the Denzel, then the Viola Davis, then to the son, and then it trickles down. It's trickle down economics. Of course, I'm joking, guys. I'm reading the comment section. Really disrespect. The
guy with the plate in his head is commenting.
That's what they sound like. Yeah. I mean, but I didn't see him as burden. I just saw him as just almost, okay, Dragon Ball Z, right? Like, okay, I got a good one. Almost the same sort of genius that Pinky has in the Pinky of the Brain cartoons, you know? It's almost like he doesn't know what he's doing, but everything is falling right into place. Yeah. You know, he's the brilliant idiot,
that is?
So to speak.
The quintessential Pinky character. Our peak idiot savant moment were
Dustin Hoffman?
The 90s. Yes, the 90s. Mm-hmm. Not Pulp Fiction, Jesus Christ. Forrest Gump. Tie it back into Bubba Gump, right? But like honestly, the character Forrest Gump.
He wasn't like genius. He wasn't like
dude.
With the ping pong.
No, man, it's not just that, man. The dude is fucking blessed in every way possible except for like common sense. Dude is like Forrest Gump represented, I think.
But you're talking about like idiots. I mean, I know that he's empathetic and all that, but wait a minute. I mean, with actual things that come with skill, the ping pong was really like
No, I'm talking about things fall in place. Wherever he goes, good shit just rains down on him. Flowers and feathers and all kinds of amazing shit. Except with the exception of Jenny and his mother, every romantic or female relationship he had actually just crumbled around him. But like everything else was just clicks into place. Clicks. So yeah, that was super. I did get that conservative feeling about like that idealism of like, oh, he doesn't know any better. He's just a little simple boy, and everything he just glows. And it's, I've heard people say that sort of thing with like, if you have a kid that has Down syndrome, it'll teach you responsibility. It'll teach you to be patient, which has always made me want to scream, because it's like, dude, that's not why you had the kid. You didn't have the kid like. You don't have a kid and then it teaches you, like, how do I put this? That's a byproduct of you having a kid. You don't have a kid to learn patience.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But like, I've had this argument with like a few. I remember a coworker of mine. She was Catholic, and she would always bring that up. Like, this is why God brings difficulties in your life so you can have it happen. I'm like, okay, so if I get a disease, my leg gets blown off, that's so I can learn to be patient? That's why it happened? Mm-hmm. I think my leg just got blown off because someone shot me. You know, I think it's...
So you're arguing, like the plan.
I'm not sentimental. Yeah, I'm not. Yes, I'm not sentimental or romantic about why things happen, which made me feel a little weird about some of the things in this movie. Although I loved it, and this is probably a testament to this film is like as religious as it gets. I mean, it's so real and human to me. Okay, the most real moment, and we haven't even discussed this, is the fights between the boy and his father.
Oh, you mean the fight that sort of resembled fucking Training Day? Like Denzel was like a dude. He was like a villain in a horror flick. I thought he was gonna fucking smash his smash his son's head with a bat.
He would have if he hadn't rolled out of the fucking way. Or no, he stopped. He just stopped.
Yeah, no, he fucked around. Like, he played around with the idea of doing it, but he didn't do it.
Yeah, but that shit right there is, I mean, what's worse, having a dog shit father, or that you have to fight with and be at odds with constantly, or just not having one at all?
Not having a father at all, or arguing with one all the time?
Not even, being fearful. I mean, this is fear in this movie.
I mean, both are. I mean, you're.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough.
You've got to shit. I mean, you're gonna be so psychologically fucked up on both.
Yeah.
On both accounts. I mean, what is more dangerous in life? I would say, always sort of getting into arguments with your dad. At least that makes you more of, or else I feel like it makes you more of an open individual. You know, because if you're already vocal about the things that you don't like, you know, at a young age, then you normally tend to find out what you do like. You know, that sense of contrast will help you out later in life. Whereas if your father's not around, I just think it just makes you very cynical. You don't trust anybody. You have abandonment issues. You know, they're both, you know, you might be a very violent and intense person on one side, and then on the other side, you're this very quiet person who doesn't trust anybody's intentions. I think they're both pretty shitty.
You're saying all this stuff, and I do agree, but at the same time, I'm thinking about how complex and varied our experiences in life are, just collectively, all of us. Like, we all know people where it's like they had typical nuclear family and they still have abandonment issues and shit. Like, it's not, these things aren't necessarily attached to, like, of course, like, if your dad's not around, there's probably more of a chance of you having abandonment issues, but like, excuse me, it would seem to me that no matter what situation you're in these days, I don't know, maybe it's always been like this, but you could get any amount of fucked up situation going on in your head, regardless of what's happening. Does it make any sense? What the fuck am I talking about?
You could get any. What was that?
You can still have abandonment issues if both parents are around. Versus like people process things like, okay, for instance, you have a single mother and or you have both parents around but you're poor and they're always working, so you have abandonment issues. You're rich, and you have both parents are doctors and lawyers, and they're never around, and you're just with a maid all the time. Abandonment issues. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's all kind of. It can happen regardless.
Yeah. Well, okay. So then I ask you this question: so who's worse, the kid whose parents work a lot and he's staring at walls and maybe playing sports, or the kid who's abandoned because his parents work too much and he just like sits around and watches cartoons all day and TV's basically raising him?
He watches the people in the box, everything they say in the box. Fuck, I don't know the lyrics to the fucking box. I think my personal opinion, my professional opinion, is that this is a way to sort of not answer you while I answer you.
Okay.
It really depends on the kid. No, really, man. Because you know this. There are people where it's like they don't have dads, so they raise themselves. And they have whatever it is inside of them that makes them sort of calcify and whatever, create whatever it is they need to make inside of them. Or they don't have a mother and they learn to draw those emotional energies from the women who are around them. But those things I think are installed in your hardware, man. I think some people come out being like whatever situation they're put in. Like if they have the parent component, they'll be fine. But even if they don't, they're gonna go and reach for it. And then there's some who if they don't have the parent component, there's not gonna be that spark, and they will be lost. Like they will just be drifting throughout fucking life, just searching for this thing that they never will have because they don't have that thing in them. So I think it really depends. If we're talking about the kid who has that thing in them and they know how to sort of connect the dots on their own, shit, I think this is so fucking tough because like I said, it's I just gotta choose one. I think the one who doesn't have the kids, who doesn't have the parents around, is worse.
The one who doesn't. Okay, so we're back to the original. Doesn't have the parents around or argues with his dad.
I have to choose one. Yeah, the one. Yeah, I guess. But again,
so if you're out there and your parents aren't around, you are doomed. You understand? No one likes you.
Sorry, folks.
Your parents clearly don't like you. So
there's someone out there who's too high right now, and he's like,
with you.
What if it's true, man?
Spike.
What if it's true, man? I mean, my dad wasn't around. You understand?
Spike, are you gonna watch the Super Bowl at all?
I just got done crying a lot because my daddy left. But yeah.
Spike wouldn't call his dad his dad. Spike would say something like something my pappy used to say. That reminds me of something my pappy used to say.
My pop, granddad raised me. But yeah, I will be watching the Super Bowl. We got the Patriots versus the Falcons. Mm-hmm. My daddy was a big Falcons fan. Fuck him because he's out of the picture. But Falcons, fuck them. All right, I'm a Patriots fan through and through.
Okay.
Patriots are the fucking best. I'll tell you why, dear respect, because they're winners.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about no Deflate Gate. I don't care what you think about Tom Brady. All right, these guys win games. That's all that matters in this fucking world. Okay?
Great analysis from just one general statement after another. It's like, have you ever?
These guys throw the ball and they fucking catch it. Okay, that's all I want to hear about.
I
don't hear about locker room talk. Okay.
Have you ever been in front of class when you didn't read the book report and everything is just a bunch of vague answers? It was a good book. It was a really good book, and I kind of felt like Spike was, he was the main character, and he was very determined, and he did what he did, and it's amazing. I mean, so I would recommend the book to somebody else. Yeah, I definitely would.
I agree with Spike though, man. Why do people hate the Patriots? They fucking win, dude. They're winners.
That's why they hate them. They hate them because they are the evil empire. They are.
Why are they? Why is this a thing in sports?
The Patriots, look, there's
win.
a difference. Yeah, but you know what the thing is in sports? In sports, it's kind of like there's a difference between a small business and a corporation. the Patriots, people look at them like they are a machine that it has to continue. Like, you cannot stop them. Of course, they don't win every year, but people, they almost don't understand how this is possible because what they've done is kind of amazing. You know, the Patriots all these years, Tom Brady has barely had any offensive weapons, you know, with him. He's had a handful. I mean, obviously he's had Rob Gronkowski. He had Wes Welker a few years ago. He's got a couple people now. He's got this guy, Dion Lewis, who's like a mid-level, you know, he's like a sort of a mid-level weapon. I think he's a running back. He comes out of the backfield. He's got a few receivers that are good, and he had Randy Moss in the past. But the one thing that the Patriots don't do is they don't pay people. So, for example, if you play for the Patriots next season and you have this humongous year where your numbers are ridiculous, the Patriots are going to have to restructure your contract, and when they do, they're not paying you. They're just shipping you somewhere else because the Patriots' philosophy is next man up. And they've been able – they've had the ability to be successful with that fucking recipe. They don't have great players. Sometimes they have good defenses. I don't think this year's one of them. I'm not sure. I haven't been watching Patriot games like that. But that's what's amazing about what the Patriots have been able to do. It's just been Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. That's what's mostly made up this dynasty.
You're telling me that if they don't like a component, they just trade them out of spite?
No, not a component. It's you know, they make business decisions. They're not going to pay.
Why'd they kick Gronk out?
No, Gronk got hurt. He's out for the whole season.
Ooh.
Yeah. So no, if you are a superstar, if you have a great season. Okay, here's the Patriots here in a nutshell. Okay, a couple years ago there was a rookie running back. His name was Jonas Gray. Let me see.
He sounds like a wizard.
Jonas Gray. All right. Jonas Gray. Okay. So Jonas Gray had a breakout game where he got, let's see if we can see here. Jonas Gray scored. He got 200. Wait.
You're the worst sports reporter, dude.
Well, you know, I'm on the Wikipedia. Well, you know, you do a great job at filling in the gaps too. You know. Well, you could have done that, you douche. Exactly, you could have done that. You tool.
We're gonna save the machine gun fire for the end of the episode,
I can't find
guys.
the fucking actual statistic. Okay,
just get
yeah. So Jonas Gray had this amazing game where he scored like 200 and something yards. An amazing game. The next week he made it late to practice.
What is he, RG3?
The Patriots ended up cutting. Well, they sat him down.
Wait, for
being late.
Wow.
And then eventually they cut him because they don't play that shit. So
wow.
And I think the reason why that happened is because they know that a lot of players can get too big for their bridges. You know, is it bridges or
britches?
Britches, right?
I didn't feel like correcting.
No, you didn't feel like you're a douche. Is it douche or douche?
Douchey.
Douchey.
You know what I think? Is
it douche or rab run? It's pronounced rab. Okay.
I just got bodied, folks.
R-A-B.
Hey, folks, I just got bodied. I gotta tell you guys, I just got fucked up.
So
All
yeah,
right.
so he gets dropped.
Daddy lefty me. Okay.
He gets dropped because the Patriots, they don't put up with that. You know, with Odell Beckham Jr.'s, they don't put up with that. So my point is, it's not that they don't like a situation. Players are going to demand a certain salary once they have good seasons. You have to pay them. So the Patriots just go, oh, okay, we're not going to do that. So go somewhere else.
So they're snobs.
I don't know. They're just protecting.
Is
themselves.
that legal? So this is all legal.
Of course, it's legal.
Okay, now I know I'm a schmuck and I don't know shit. Okay, don't fucking yell at me. I didn't realize that different teams had such different cultures. Because listen. Because I thought that the NFL worked in a way where they basically make it so that all the teams have to be as even as possible. Listen, the reason I'm saying this is because it's not like
you're
having
getting so upset. I didn't say anything.
Okay, yeah, true. Listen, all right, buddy. Because it's not like having a club team, like a soccer club team, and you can just pay to have 1 million people. And it's not like the Yankees either, where you can just. It's not like baseball either, where you could just buy cool players, right? Mm-hmm. So and I heard that they all share the pool of money, right? NFL like equally, like if you do really well in terms of merch, it goes to everyone, right?
That I don't know. I don't know about that.
Well, a friend of mine told me that. He knows a lot about football. Well, so the point is, it seems to me like they're trying to make it like an egalitarian thing where this is like they technically all are supposed to have the same resources, sort of like they're all supposed to have the same tools, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm confused by it. Of like, I guess it's a little naive of me because like if you have a different coach, if you have a coach that's like stronger willed or a little angrier, it would change the culture of the team. So yeah, all right.
Yeah, I mean, you had a situation a couple weeks ago with Antonio Brown, who's a wide receiver for the Steelers. After the win, when they had advanced to the AFC Championship to play the Patriots, the game that they lost last weekend, Antonio Brown was on his Facebook Live playing what the coach was saying to the team in the locker room, which in the Steelers locker room, and I would imagine in most NFL locker rooms, that's a very intimate that's an intimate time. After a game, listen, these people are family. These people are family. These people bleed together. They go to war together. So so the coach goes up there and he goes, "Oh, and next week we're going to go in there and we're going to beat those assholes," referring to the Patriots.
Yeah, sure.
And people were saying, that was so stupid what Antonio Brown had done. The coach later on said that it was foolish. So I don't know any NFL locker rooms where that would be okay.
Why did he play it?
Because it's it's sort of a narcissistic thing. It's sort of like,
look how cool we are.
Look how cool I am. I'm Antonio Brown. This is my Facebook feed. All of you guys come and you didn't have any consent from the coach. You just you're not even listening to his speech, first of all. Not that the speech is going to be anything it's just going to be something for morale. It's not, you're not going to learn anything utility wise, but it's wrong for him to do that, especially with a coach that has he seems like he has a serious hold over his team. Mike Tomlin, that team seems to have a very different culture from other teams. Well, at least it seems that way, at least. But anyway, you've got the New England Patriots going up against the Atlanta Falcons. And if I could tell you one thing about the Atlanta Falcons is there's somebody there named Julio. Somebody on the Atlanta Falcons called
the worst fact. He's so not interested.
Yeah, well, it's just Julio's there. His name's Julio Jones. He's the best player that's going to be playing in the Super Bowl.
Is he a running back?
No, he's a wide receiver. He's next to Tom Brady. I mean, he's pretty much the best.
Are wide receivers the best looking guys on the team usually?
The best looking guys on the team?
Yeah, are they the most attractive guys? Let's get down to it.
What do you talk most attractive guys?
Listen, I know. Look, it's not you know it's not the fucking O-line or D-line, right?
I thought you were going. You know what's funny about this?
What?
What's funny about this is you're asking this question, and I thought you were going to say something like, look, let's have a conversation about this, and you're just delving deeper into the gayness. You're just like, listen, girls, we all know it's not the offensive line, man.
It's not the offensive line, then. It's the wide receivers, boys.
Right.
No, because they seem like traditionally like the showboaty, they seem like quarterbacks are probably like the quintessential jock, right?
The quarterback the quarterback is. The quarterback is known as like the pretty boy,
But they are the face, right? Them and the wide receivers are the faces. That's what I'm talking about. It's not the fucking nose tackle. It's not. It's always the fucking wide receiver, the quarterback. Maybe it's because that's all they show.
Look, the league over the years has become a lot more lenient towards offensive players. Offensive players have a lot more leadway than defensive players have.
What does that mean?
One of the major things that was changed, I don't remember how many years ago, was the 5-yard rule. A safety, whatever the fuck you call those guys that defend the wide receivers. He's the DB or a fucking safety, they cannot make any contact with the receiver within the first 5 yards.
You can't jam anymore?
No, you can't do that. You haven't been able to do that in ages.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can't just. Yeah,
You can't jam on the line?
No.
My friend, when he was teaching me how to be a tight end, he told me you could jam and then run. That fucking asshole.
It sounds like he tricked you into several different things when he was training
He
you
told
to be
me
a tight end.
I could jam in the tight end, dude. He told me.
Yeah.
That fucking asshole. Why would he tell me that? See, now I can't play
Well,
for the
remember,
NFL, dude.
this is the NFL. Obviously, you were never going to make it there.
Nah, man. I was a hopeful.
Were you?
Yeah.
So offensive players, I mean, just one rule that just upsets me to no end. And if there are any football fans out here, please tell me what you think. Because one rule that I'm getting sick and tired of, and we're going to see it this Sunday. It's going to happen at least one time because it happens like once a game. So basically, say we're at the 40-yard line and Tom Brady throws the ball towards the end zone and there's a pass. You know what a pass interference is.
Yeah, man. Someone grabbed it.
Right.
Before
Grab
he
or
touched it.
do. Right. And before the ball got there, they made contact illegally.
Yeah.
So a flag is thrown. And since the ball was thrown in the end zone, the Patriots will now have the ball at the goal line, like right there. Like an
Really?
inch with it. Yeah, an inch with it. And I hate that rule because it's so unfair to the defense. I feel like you as a quarterback, you can just play with house money. I can just tell you to go as deep as possible. I know I'm not going to put the ball where the defensive player is going to catch it. So basically, if you're running on the left side of the field and you're running all the way down, I'm going to at least throw the ball on your left shoulder. You know, on your left shoulder where it's closer to out of bounds. You may drop the ball, but one thing's for sure, the defensive player isn't going to intercept the ball. You know, but if the defensive player just so happens to breathe on you and you slip, or that's it. We're going to get the ball right there, then our stupid fat running back just runs it in for 1 yard. You know, the way I think that rule should be done is you advance the ball 20 to 30 yards. You know, that's it. That's it. So if you're at the 40-yard line, you throw it at the end zone, okay, pass interference, you move up 20 yards. You know what I'm saying? It's not to the fucking goal line. That's
When did they make this rule?
handful of years ago, man. Handful of years ago.
Well, I know that this sort of stuff wins games. So
Yeah, always, man. It's such a determining factor in a lot of games. And one day there's going to be a there have been many
This game.
controversial.
This game is good. My prediction, and you know we got to get to the predictions. We do this every year. Okay.
Do we have to get to?
All right, folks.
Oh,
Here's what I've been saying, okay? What I've been saying on this show, I believe in winners. I believe in winners, okay? That's why I voted for Trump, okay? The Patriots are going to win. 100% the Patriots are going to win. I'm going to tell you by how much the Patriots are going to
let's
win.
get back to the fact that you voted for Trump. How could you just gloss over that like you didn't say that?
Listen, man, I like winners,
Okay.
all right? Trump is a winner, okay? Because he won. The
What?
the Patriots are going to win.
God.
Well, fucking made me break out of character. Patriots are gonna win, but you know what? It's gonna be 2014 Patriots.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay. I predict that it's going to be 27 to 16 Atlanta.
Now, is this because you're being an idealist and you just want the underdog to win?
It's possible for Atlanta to win. Atlanta has a lot of offensive tools. Look, man, I wasn't kidding when I told you Julio Jones is outstanding.
I don't want to hear about nobody called Julio. Okay?
He was on my fantasy team. He made a great play last week. He just forced his way into the fucking end zone. He looks like he's playing with children. They got a good running game. Matt Ryan is probably going to be the MVP of the league. It's possible. They're playing indoors, if I'm not mistaken, because I think the game is in Texas. Yeah. Does anybody in Texas? I mean, tell us what tell us what Texas is like this week. I know Super Bowl weeks get very hectic, and media day. Ooh, my voice just cracked.
That's weird, man.
Media day. Sound like the kid from
what
The
happened
Simpsons.
just now, man? What happened?
I'm like the kid from The Simpsons that's going through puberty. Yeah, Mr. Simpson. Which is kind of that's kind of like Morty's voice, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's kind of
Rick.
It's a prepubescent, unacceptable. Which is which has to be Lemon Grab. He's Lemon Grab from Adventure Time, isn't he? That's the voice.
He sounds like him, dude. He
Yeah,
really does sound like
yeah.
him.
That's Lemon Grab. What's his name?
That's him. You said his name.
No, I mean the guy who does both Rick and Morty's voice.
Shit. I don't remember. You showed me. I don't remember, dude.
No, okay. Not a fan of the show.
I love it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Love it, man. I don't remember the name.
Okay. Yeah. So I believe that they'll win. But I just want to see a great game, man. I just want to see a great game. Daddy wants to get really smashed, just like I do every. Well, not every. I didn't get very smashed last year, but I want to get smashed. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I want to end this show by talking about the D-Respect's favorite kind of sports listener. He's told me that this is his favorite kind of person to have around during any Super Bowl party, any football party. Okay. All right, here we go. These commercials, I cannot wait. I don't really watch football, but like the commercials are like the best during Super Bowl. I love it. I love it. In fact, I don't even watch the game. I just come in and watch the commercials. Like, it's really cool. Isn't it so fun? It's really fun.
That's what you.
And by the way, and I just talk during the whole game. I'm like mostly talking. This is like me, by the way.
But this is you. This is going to be you.
Totally
You're
fucking
going
me.
to be.
I don't
obsessed.
talk during the game. I shut up. I keep my mouth
Migos
shut.
is gonna be in a fucking commercial, and you're gonna love every minute of it. Every fucking minute.
Commercial predictions. There's gonna be something from basically hating on Trump.
It's gonna be a car commercial. Oh yes, you're absolutely right. Wow.
Dude, liberal me. It's gonna boom.
There's
boom,
going
boom,
to be.
boom, boom.
There's gonna be a very
red hats.
An obvious jab.
Right, so it's gonna be something like an Apple commercial, right? Like,
Right.
You're gonna come out swinging, right? Here's how they do it. They come out. Has anyone ever been so excited about a commercial? There's gonna be a commercial where you see a bunch of guys in red hats. They had nothing on the hats, just red, and they're all white, and their arms are crossed, and they're like, and they're chuckling, and then a small white girl, no, small black girl walks out.
All right, why does the race?
Like,
why does the race?
No, because you know why.
Okay.
It can't be white women anymore because they're also part of the patriarchy now, apparently, according to Twitter. A small black girl comes out, and she's like, and she just smiles at the camera, and it's like, be original. Apple.
You're right.
You know, dude. They're gonna put their foot down, and it's gonna be a black girl in a hijab, and then the white dudes in the red hats are gonna go.
I'll tell you one. Okay, I got one for you. Okay, so Doritos.
They don't go political, man.
Doritos has their commercial, and say we're at a bar for whatever reason, we're eating Tostitos, and at one end of the bar you're eating the scoopable Doritos, and I'm just eating the traditional Doritos, and we're checking each other out, and I've got my suspicions about you've got your suspicions about me. Maybe I'm black, you're white. And we're sitting across the bar, and then all of a sudden we look at a commercial that seems to be a political commercial with a political tyrant. And then we look at each other, and we're like, even though we're different, we still like the Doritos. Some goofy shit like that. Like it's let's use Doritos to bring the world together. You're absolutely right. There has to be a commercial that's going to do that. It's like, we're going to try to take a stab at him, but we are going to try to represent the two. Corporations believe this. Let me tell you something. I work for a very big corporation, and when they send emails, they try to implement their dick subconsciously into people's heads all the time. That I bet you Doritos is trying to implement change, and how we're going to do that is we want to associate ourselves with the bridge between human beings. There's been so much division that now with a bag of Doritos we can unify the world again and give them that good old Doritos bullshit like that. And because I bet you it'll be well intentioned. It'll be.
But here's the thing: I don't necessarily think it is. I think
you think it's just a shit on him.
Listen, man, no, the corporations don't have feelings, dude. When they attach themselves to feelings like love, dude, they just want your money. You might feel good, but that feeling good equals money for them. That's the bottom line. Now, here's the thing: the creatives in these departments I think they have souls, and they are probably artists, but they
have souls.
I think so. But here's the thing. You know what's interesting about our argument right now? What we're basically arguing, you're arguing that there will be a political commercial, you guys. Mark our words.
There has to be.
Right. You are arguing that they will go up for unity. I'm arguing that they will not.
That they will
not
divide.
Going for unity is a harsher, more powerful, yes, divisive, but it will be a more outstanding and I think groundbreaking stance to take. If Apple just decides to fucking alienate everyone who voted for Trump, that's gonna get them more press, all that shit. That's a stance. That is a true stance. Because the unification that's playing the middle road. No one will really whine at Google for saying like, let's bring everyone together. For no matter what you're searching for, we're here to help you search for it.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So what will be spoken of more Monday morning as far as commercials? Hopefully we get a great game. As far as commercials, what would a burn of Trump be more impressive, or would a very epic kind of a burn or a big statement commercial? Which, by the way, those kind of commercials come. This will be interesting. I'm sorry. This will be interesting to see when those commercials start to play, because obviously this is done with tons and tons and tons of research.
It's so ripe for it right now.
Right.
The one that.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
And the reason why I say that is because when you watch games, normally the really out of place, very politically driven. There was one last year that was very serious, and I forgot what it was about. I'm blanking on what it was, but they played it around the third quarter. It's a demographic thing. It's like, well, the 20-somethings, they stop watching the game already. They're drunk by halftime, and they switch off into something else. So when we start to see the real serious commercials, they'll come around that time. But it's very interesting to see, because it's so mainstream right now to knock the president, that you could quite possibly see that Apple or that Doritos commercial played in the very first quarter. It's possible to get Twitter going at it. They have to. Somebody has to pay that advertising money to get the jump. While the game's this is intense for advertising right now.
Yeah, dude.
I would be so surprised if that didn't happen. I would be so surprised if there were no Trump commercials.
You know what? Because we might see them go backwards, where they have commercials where people are like, we got to talk basically backwards. How do they want you to feel? Do they want you to laugh? Do they want you to say, fuck him? Do they want you to say, I'm unified? Do they want you to say, I love this guy?
So wait a minute. So going the high road, going the Doritos, hey, maybe we're all different, but we still the Doritos. People are going to be like, that was cute. Fuck him.
Yeah, but I imagine Twitter. I would imagine Twitter being like, "Fuck you, Doritos, take a stance." Do you know what they just did? Right? Okay. Or, dude, I'm predicting it.
Wait. So the SJWs would be like,
yes,
"I'm never eating a Doritos
it
again," because they stand with Trump.
Right, and then of course they're gonna eat Doritos.
Right, because if you don't say "fuck him," that automatically means that you side with him.
Right, so it depends on what they're going for. Now, here's the clincher. Like, here's the joker. Here's the wild card. Is the commercial that tries to get you to not think about it. The commercial that is geared towards the person who doesn't want to be involved in any of it. There might be a commercial we'll see where there's a guy walking through a zombie world where everyone's wearing a red hat or complaining, and he doesn't want to be part of any of it. He's abstaining. And the Doritos is making him forget that anything is happening. The Doritos are just the Doritos. It's acknowledging that the world is crazy right now, but it's making you forget it. Maybe it's two people who are eating Doritos, and the Doritos makes them abstain from any political conversation. It makes them transcend it. You're better than this. You don't have to pay attention to any of this shit. Because all you're thinking about is these chips. And it hurts to think about political shit, so you don't have to.
People would still say fuck you.
Yeah, you're right. But that's not unification. That's like I said, wild card. I don't know what that could go anywhere.
A beer commercial could, maybe a beer commercial.
We will see unification. I think we'll see unification. But what I'm voting for, like what I want to see, is a ballsy statement from some guy. It's gonna be Apple, dude. They would stab their knife into the ground and be like, "Fuck you."
How about this isn't very likely because normally when celebrities do these kind of commercials, it's always a call to action. How about another douchey Robert De Niro video?
No.
How would Robert De Niro's latest commercial about Donald Trump sound?
Oh, is it the one where he says he wants to punch him?
Well, I mean the continuation, the one that'll play this Sunday.
Oh God, I don't even know.
You don't want to get into a De Niro impersonation.
I don't really know how to do it, to be honest with you.
I know we've touched on this before. I mean, we talked about Madonna last week, but what is your, because we never, I'm not sure if we even spoke about Meryl Streep. Maybe we did, but your initial feeling when a celebrity, well, let's not say celebrity, let's go even a step higher, when a millionaire tries to sort of act like them and the public are living the same lives.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're being spoken down to, or they're using their voice for some greater good?
Honestly, I feel like the latter, and I know I'm such a tool bag for saying that, but I just don't. I don't feel that angry when they're saying shit. Like, I feel like they have a platform and they're just using it to talk about shit. Like, hey, I mean, it's up to you to make your decision about how you feel about that shit. Like, it's people, and yes, people are really susceptible to that stuff, and this is why this is why celebrity endorsements work. And if Odell Beckham Jr. says Axe body spray, I'm gonna think about Axe body spray more than if they had some schmuck that I don't know, because I know him. It's just, you can't get away from that, but it is your job to try and decide for yourself what you want to fucking use as your deodorant or your political feelings. Sure, Meryl Streep said some shit, but like, you ultimately have to make your own decision. I honestly feel like their intentions are usually good. I mean, they are kind of abusing their power a little bit, but I don't really have strong feelings about it, man. But you know what? Now that you say this,
if you were famous, you would do it. I could see you one of those black and white commercials. It's like Dominic Raab running, then under that.
You think
like
I would do that?
RPG.
No.
Oh, you would.
Way.
You'd fucking do it. You'd be enough of a cuck to do it. If it was like a woman's,
you would do it, dude.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would. You'd be in there.
It's a woman's cause, and you just be like, women are smarter, bro. You're
gonna be in there with a pink hat, being like, "Hey, listen, man. I mean, the women's, they better."
Terrible. You're terrible. You see, this is what. See, being intolerant of other people's cultures, this form of xenophobia is what we can't tolerate.
I saw this Dominican dude in DC the other day. I was at a shitty carryout, and he was just talking so loud on his phone. He's like, dímelo, man. Oh, fuck. This is your people, dude.
Well, sometimes niggas gotta talk loud. What can I say?